Hi, everyone. I hope you all had a great Thanksgiving break. I know my family and I did. Today, I thought I would talk a little bit about the Christian seasons of Advent and Christmas. Last Sunday was, for Christians, the first day of a 4-week season we call Advent. And the word Advent actually comes from Latin and it means waiting. And it's a season in which we wait for the celebration of Christmas, for the birth of Jesus. It's not just a time to do our shopping and get our decorating and our cookie baking done. It's a time in which we are meant to prepare our hearts and our minds for the coming of Jesus. There are some traditions around Advent that many Christians observe. One of my favorites is the Advent calendar. And there are lots of different kinds of Advent calendars, but they all have the same basic idea. It's a way to count down the days until Christmas Day. When I was growing up, my grandmother always used to buy us one that had little doors that would open for each day, and there was a little piece of wrapped chocolate inside each one. A friend of mine, who's a huge Star Wars fan, gets a Lego Star Wars calendar each year. And for every day, there's a different Lego piece. And on Christmas, you put all the little pieces together to build something. My mother-in-law gave our kids this one this year. It looks like this. And each day, there's a little drawer that you pull out. And then inside the drawer, it has a little prayer on it or something that we should pray for. And this one says, pray for peace in your family. And another thing that we're doing with our calendar this year is that every day has a different food assigned to it. So this one says mac and cheese. So each day we get that food item out of our cupboard or our pantry and we put it in a basket under our tree. And then at Christmas, we bring all the food to our pantry to donate. And it's a way for us to remember that Christmas is a time for giving and sharing with others. Now, another popular tradition at Advent is an Advent wreath. And again, wreaths come in all different shapes and sizes. They're usually round and have evergreen branches or things like that. Sometimes the candles are purple with one pink one, and sometimes they're blue. This year, we have this little one that somebody made for us to have in our home, and it's actually not made of evergreens. It's actually made of painted cardboard, but it's just a nice little Advent wreath, and it's got 4 blue candles. And traditionally, the 4 candles and the 4 Sundays that they represent have different themes for each one. Usually it's hope, peace, joy, and love. And then many Advent calendars have a 5th candle in the middle like this one does, and it's usually white. And that's called a Christ candle, and we light that one on Christmas. So this is just a little one that we have for our home that we can light during meal times. And then we have a lot bigger ones that we have at our church usually. And traditionally, because Advent is a season of waiting, many Christians didn't put up any Christmas decorations like trees or greenery or lights, or even sing any Christmas music until Christmas Eve. But nowadays, most of us get busy decorating right after Thanksgiving, so we have more time to enjoy our decorations and songs, and we feel like we're in the Christmas spirit. So, after those 4 Sundays of Advent comes the big celebration of Christmas, a time to go to Christmas services at our churches, to sing Christmas carols, to gather with family and friends and eat big meals, and of course, exchange gifts. And even though we think of Christmas as just one day, December 25th, the season of Christmas actually lasts 12 days. You might have heard a song about that, the 12 days of Christmas. And it goes from December 25th through January 6th. And January 6th is another special Christian holiday called Epiphany. And that's the day that we remember the story of the Magi, the wise men who came to visit Jesus after his birth. For those of you who are Christian, maybe you celebrate the seasons of Advent and Christmas in all the ways I just mentioned, or maybe just in some of them. And maybe you have other traditions that I didn't mention. There are lots and lots of ways that we can observe and celebrate these seasons. For those of you of other religions or those who don't have any particular religious beliefs, Christmas can still be a time when you remember the importance of hope, peace, joy, and love. A time when you give presents or not. A time when you gather and eat meals with family and friends. Or maybe not. One of the great things about living in our country and all the diversity is that we have the freedom to celebrate or not celebrate these seasons and holidays however we like. And there's really no right or wrong way to do it. Next week, I'll be back to talk a little bit about Hanukkah and Kwanzaa, two other holidays that are celebrated during December. Until then, I hope that you all have a great week. Stay safe and God bless.